Hey guys, in today's video, I will be reviewing the top 8 best spinning reel for Pike. I made this list based on my personal experience, and I try to rank them based on their quality, durability, customer reviews, and more. If you want to know about the best pricing and more information, you can check the description links below. Number 8 in my list is Penn Spinfisher 4 Spinning Reel. Penn Spinfisher is one of the most popular fishing reels of all time, and for good reason. All Penn reels have that characteristic powerful feeling that a lot of people like, and at this price point, you get a reel that still feels smooth and sleek despite being a complete workhorse. It is slightly heavier than some similarly priced reels from Shimano or Daiwa. If you're going to be cranking larger bass lures, for instance, or fighting fish over the roughest ground, then the extra power could prove useful. This reel does it all. So if you're serious about fishing for bass and other species with lures from the shore, this is a reel for you to own that is likely to provide a life service if cared for. Number 7 in my list is Loosespeed Spinning Reel. With a graphite frame and machined aluminum components, you'd expect the Loosespeed Spin to cost considerably more than it does. It also offers a smooth 10-bearing system and soft rubber combat grips, making an extremely comfortable fishing experience. While it certainly isn't at the top in any one area, at 9.4 ounces with 13 pounds of drag, the Speed Spin is a well-rounded reel. The biggest knock against this reel is the brass gearing, which aren't as durable and corrosion-resistant as machined aluminum or stainless steel. That said, at this price point, it's hard to expect any more than this reel offers, and it has more than enough quality features to justify a solid place on this list. This reel is an ideal option for the casual freshwater angler, or as a solid backup for those looking to expand their quiver. Number 6 in my list is Penn Pursuit 4 Spinning Reel. Penn is a name most saltwater anglers are familiar with, being a staple for decades. While not as fancy as its higher-end Penn counterparts, the Pursuit IV still carries many of the trademark features that have made Penn so popular in the salt game. The Pursuit 4 is well-suited for saltwater with a durable, corrosion-resistant graphite body and sealed, stainless steel bearings. Its drag system is smooth and easy to manage during fights. The 15 pounds of drag strength is enough for most inshore use, like pulling sheepshead off a piling, catching dozens of schoolie stripers, or fishing reds in narrow creeks. The reel can even handle hard-pulling fish like tarpon, but it probably won't last long as a dedicated tarpon reel. The overall feel of the spinning reel is one of durability, with a heavier bail and frame than most of the other reels on this list. The reel itself is comfortable to fish, but its heavy weight and bulky build do make it less suited for continuous casting. Additionally, it's not quite as smooth in comparison to the rest of the reels tested, but the durability and corrosion resistance make up for that. Number 5 in my list is 13 Fishing Concept C2 Spinning Reel. The 13 Fishing Concept C2 has been a favorite reel of mine for a couple of years now. It's the only reel in the test that I already had on the water experience with prior to this year. I have always looked at the Concept C2 as a heavy bait and heavy line reel. The Bulldog drag coming in at 25 pounds will pull in a foul hooked log if you wanted to. It's easy to cast and lightweight as well, making it nice to lock in your hand for a day of flipping and pitching. The tuning magnets take a bit of work to dial in, but once they're dialed, you won't have to make any adjustments until you change baits. Another small issue I have run into is that you'll have to watch your line capacity while fishing. If you spool up and run this reel hard for a few weeks and get to about a half spool, you'll start to see your backing on the next long cast. If you're like me and change your line often, that's not so big of a deal. But if you like to spool up and leave the line on for a while, you might get a bit tired of respooling. Regardless, the 13 Fishing Concept C2 is one of my daily driver reels that's been in my arsenal. I know that I can confidently lock it in my hand for a tournament day and have confidence that the reel won't let me down when a lunker locks down on the end of my line. Number 4 in my list is 13 Fishing Spinning Reel. The 13 Fishing AL13 3.0 is a dang big reel. Coming in at over 11 ounces, it's heavy and bulky, The trade-off is a massive spool that increases your line capacity. This reel is another good option for those looking to throw slow-moving baits with a low gear ratio reel. I prefer low-profile reels, so I personally wasn't in love with the AL13 3.0. For heavier baits, it could be a good option for some anglers because this reel can toss heavy baits a mile with the spool size as big as it is. However, with how heavy and bulky the build is, it'll wear you down throughout a day of fishing. The drag performed well under load and didn't slip or cause any issues while fighting large freshwater fish throughout the summer. While I wasn't in love with the AL13 3.0, it's still a quality option for anglers who prefer larger profile spinning reels. Number 3 in my list is a Garcia Riva low-profile spinning reel. The Garcia Revo Winch SP30 is perfect for slow rolling a small soft plastic swim bait or even a light wire spinnerbait. It offers the lowest gear ratio in the test, so if you're looking for a reel to take advantage of slow-moving baits, look no further. While it is heavier, it's still under 8 ounces, so it won't wear you out if you're throwing it for a few hours. With a large spool, it offers a solid line capacity and good casting distance, especially with heavier baits. Similar to the Revo Rocket SP20, I'm not a huge fan of the light drag weight, as a heavier fish with large runs might take you to school. However, in those instances, I never had my 10-pound line break, so the drag was certainly smooth enough to handle heavy runs. The Garcia Riva Winch SP30 is a great option at a solid price for an angler looking for a slow reel retrieve. Number 2 in my list is a Garcia Revo Rocket Spinning Reel. If you're looking for a blazing fast retrieve, the Garcia Revo Rocket SP20 is for you. At a gear ratio of 7.6 to 1, it's the fastest spinning reel I've ever held. More surprisingly, it's incredibly low profile, which is the opposite of what I expected when I saw the gear ratio. The handle is large compared to the reel size, but it doesn't get in the way. Honestly, the handle size was helpful in finding the grip when first engaging the reel. The biggest con with this reel is the low drag weight. At just under 12 pounds of drag, I had a few moments throughout the summer where the reel was simply outgunned by larger fish going on a long run. While I may have been outgunned, the 10-pound test I was fishing only failed once, which means the smoothness of the drag is worth noting. If you like fishing Senkos or other weightless baits that require you to catch up to a fish from time to time, the Revo Rocket SP20 should be at the top of your list of reels to try out. Number 1 in my list is Shimano Stella 2500 HG Spinning Reel. I've tested tens of thousands of products over the last 2+ decades in fishing, and the Shimano Stella FK is the finest piece of fishing equipment I have fished with. At this level, it's nearly luxury engineering at its finest. The Stella FK uses the finest materials and Shimano's decades of engineering and technology advancements to pack as many features as I've seen in a single piece of equipment. The reel is so smooth you can't feel the handle turning in the hand gripping the stem. There is no pressure whatsoever on the handle when you retrieve your lure thanks to their Infinity Drive system that is a step up from their advanced X-Chip technology. On the Infinity Drive, the main shaft, which had previously been supported by the pinion gear, is now supported by a new and unique low-friction bushing that significantly decreases frictional resistance, which results in the lightest winding reel in the industry. The Infinity Loop and anti-twist fin make for the most precise level winding and no sagging tension you will find on a spinning reel, so your line lays uniformly and evenly on your spool to give you the best line management possible. And finally, the Duracross drag washers offer 10x the durability without any reduction in smoothness, resulting in a longer-lasting, tougher drag system. Alright guys, this was our today's video. If you find this video helpful for you, then like the video, and if you come to our channel first time, then hit the subscribe button for our amazing upcoming videos. Be sure to check out the links in the description for the updated price of all products discussed in this video. Hope you have a great day and see you soon in the next video.